Vanguard, the sequel to Dust 514, has finally been announced. If you don't know, Dust 514 was a PS3 exclusive first-person shooter that had connections to Eve Online. In Eve Online, you could influence the matches in Dust 514. You could call in laser beam strikes, and the outcome of the match actually dictated the result in Eve Online. Dust 514 was mysteriously shut down years ago for profit reasons, according to CCP Games. Though not many people believe this because they were making plenty of profit off of, a free-to-play game with microtransactions and pay-to-win stuff. But the structure of the game was so fun and unique that even with some pay-to-win aspects, the game was still really fun. Eve Vanguard is supposed to be the spiritual successor to Dust 514. All it took was 10 fucking years, but it's better late than never. Dust 514 was a pretty small game, not many people got the chance to play it, and it could be frustrating if you're in a lobby with a bunch of people who paid hundreds of dollars to get exclusive items. But you could work your way up to their level. Of course, me being 13 at the time, I didn't have enough free time to actually progress to stand a chance against these people, but the game was still really fun because you could customize your loadout more than most FPSs at the time. And the fact that it actually had integrations to EVE Online was really cool, knowing that some people could be looking over the current match that you're playing in and actually influence it. Eve Vanguard has brand new graphics, a whole new interface, and it seems to have a little bit of a story mode as well, which is really exciting. CCP is always been a little bit iffy on gameplay aspects and making a fair, balanced game for everyone, but their story writing and lore abilities are off the charts. EVE Online is so rich in player-created and developer-created lore that you could play it for hours just searching for little tidbits and Easter eggs. There's screenshots here of the new Eve Vanguard game, and it seems to be really, high fidelity and impressive. It looks like they're embracing the more futuristic vibe and actually enveloping some story aspects from EVE Online directly to Eve Vanguard, which is really fun because in Dust 514 you would get some dropships that looked familiar if you've played EVE Online, but besides that you wouldn't recognize much. They've got the weird birthing pods and stuff like that. Looks like they're really going for a unique aspect here. This is an awesome screenshot. I might make this my fucking wallpaper. As you can see, this is really taking a lot of inspiration from Dust 514, but I'm excited to see what they're gonna do that's new and how they're gonna freshen up the pace, because EVE Online fans have been asking for a Dust 514 successor for years. EVE Online doesn't give you that action-packed feeling from actually doing things, but more from what's at stake if you die. The gameplay is kind of lackluster, you kind of just press F1 to activate your turrets and just orbit, or, if you want, take advanced maneuvers, but it's a lot more effort than it's worth for most people. Essentially, the gameplay is not accessible. The fun from EVE Online comes from the environment and the player-driven aspect and being able to impact the universe around you. But with an FPS game, you have a lot more influence over what's happening. Dust 514 did have some pretty dated mechanics, like the hit reg was very slow. People would die like a whole half second after their health bar was empty. But with the new user interface and new technology and maybe even a new engine, this could be really promising and I'm really excited. Eve Vanguard is set to launch in December of this year, which is super exciting, and I'm hoping it's free to play just like Dust 514. Not much information has been actually given. It was just kind of displayed at a FanFest, but it will launch with Eve Havoc, which is a new update to EVE Online. Makes sense, EVE Online is connected to Eve Vanguard from day one, it says, just like Dust 514. I'm really hoping they tone down the monetization that Dust 514 had and go for a more free-to-play, maybe cosmetic purchases kind of deal like most other free-to-play games have. But I'm really excited to get to finally play Dust 514 again. It's been actually a decade, and it's kind of implied that this is going to be on PC, which is, 10 times better for an FPS. Probably. These are, of course, just guesses. Like I said, they haven't given too much information, but a man can dream, okay? There aren't many games I get excited about, AAA games coming out. They're all pretty formulaic, but even if it isn't the perfect game, Eve Vanguard promises to be something different, and I'm excited. If you want to stay up to date on Eve Vanguard and see some gameplay when it comes out, make sure to subscribe because I'm going to be playing the shit out of this. Thanks for watching.